into my car 2 years ago. It was the end of September of 2023. The idea was, one of the things was to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. After what happened in 2020, I went through the same thing many people went through, which is just think about, reassess what you're actually doing with your life and what do you really want to do with the rest of your life. But the other very important things that I wanted to achieve was to get rid of my debt, my credit card debt. It was about 10K. And it was very intense. It was a lot of ups and downs. And there are other things that I wanted to change that I wasn't able to. More on that later. Another reason, one of the most important reasons actually, is that I always wanted to try the nomadic lifestyle. I've talked about this many times. I've been watching videos about people living in their cars or in their vans, and that feeling, that sense of freedom, adventure, and lightness was super appealing to me. So it kind of everything came together at one point. There were so many reasons for me to move into my car that I ended up doing it. So lately I've been feeling very frustrated with myself and extremely unfulfilled. Because I have this intro, right, where I show my dream, what I really want to do with my life, what is my actual goal, travel and paint and doing things, having adventures, knowing new places. But I'm not really doing any of it. And I really believe that by now I should be able to be a lot more closer to that lifestyle than what I am right now. I think I'm being a little bit lazy and I'm stuck and I'm procrastinating. Nothing is really stopping me from going outside and paint or do sketches every single day. It doesn't take that long, but for some reason I'm not doing it. Something is just holding me back, and I mentioned this before in my previous vlog. I guess it's also fear, because every time I dream about it, it's perfect and everything goes fantastic and everything is great. And when you actually go ahead and do the thing, it's never like in your dream. So you want it to be perfect, and as long as you don't do it in your imagination, it's great, right? There's no failure. So I wanted to share something with you guys that is kind of a big deal. So today I skipped the library. I will go ahead and pull into one of my favorite spots. I like to hang inside my car here. I will prepare my mate. And every time I come here, I feel like I'm actually a nomad that found some cool spot somewhere in the middle of America. Anyway, one of the things that's been holding me back, and is this milestone, which is just get rid of my debt, which is ridiculous because at this point it's less than 2K, which is a lot less than the average American, which is I think 6,000 or 8,000. I'm talking about credit card debt, right? There are other things like having, I have to go to work at Target, which is sometimes the schedule won't let me take a couple of days off because there's always like a shift in the middle. And when I'm not working at Target, I have all of these commissions right now, which is great, it's money, but it's time that I have to spend at the library. But when I'm at the library, I have way more time that I could use, that I could be doing things that are a lot more useful, like my art classes, that I have so many classes that I'm taking, but I don't do as much as I would like to. I get distracted so much watching YouTube mostly, or researching things that are in the future that there's no reason for me to do it right now. And instead of doing like 3 hours of classes, I'm doing like 45 minutes. That's the truth. And also my commission work, it's on an iPad, so I could be doing this on a campground, for example. You know what I mean? Anyway, a year ago, I found myself having a very similar feeling that I'm feeling right now. I sat with myself, I took a look at my numbers, I faced the monster of my credit card debt, I found a job at Target, and I started my YouTube channel. So I did something about it. The thing is that right now I feel like I cannot continue like this anymore. I'm done with it. I am tired and I cannot keep thinking about it anymore. I'm done with this thing that it's been bothering me for a long time. And I want it gone, and that is my debt. So I did something about it. On an impulse, I was feeling very frustrated and I was feeling very upset. And I just went ahead and I paid the whole thing. So as it right now, I'm debt free. So what happened was that I realized a few months ago that I could actually pay my debt, but I always wanted to have some cushion on my checking account and some money on my saving account, like an emergency fund. So I didn't want to just be on almost zero. So I waited a little bit, and I wanted to wait until the end of the year to pay the whole thing, or January, but I couldn't do it, and I did. So I have no money, but I do have some, like a check from YouTube coming, which is not much, but again, and then I have some money coming from my commission, so I'm gonna be fine. And if something horrible happened, I still have my credit cards on zero. I hope I don't have to use them, but I am feeling weird because honestly, nothing is gonna really change with my life, with my day-to-day. I mean, it should change, and that's coming on my next vlog. But I don't know, I'm gonna be able to start saving money, and I hope this feeling of being able to, save money will help me to move the needle a little bit more when it comes to my dream. Anyway, I am very happy with myself, but I know I can do better. I know I can do more. And it's this procrastination thing that I've been fighting a lot. And it's not just on when it comes to things that I want to do. My energy is very low. My diet is up and down all the time. I always end up caving to my cravings, and it's very hard. And the problem is, it's not just the aesthetic of not wanting to have excess body fat. That would be nice, but it's more about the energy and the focus that I'm not having right now. I know that when I eat clean and I eat healthy, my brain functions so much better. Oh, before I continue, I want to show you guys my new table. So I ended up getting a tripod from Amazon, and it's working great. It's perfect, actually. I'm very happy with it. So what I did is that I glue the quick release that comes with the tripod and put it in the back of the board, and voila, it's very easy to arm and disarm. Now I'm thinking that I should make it a little bit prettier and put some stick-on paper on top of the board. There's a point where you finally cross something big off your list. The thing that you've been chasing for years, and suddenly the question becomes, now what? For me, it's not about working harder anymore. It's kind of about showing up, even when it's easier to wait. It's about pushing past procrastination, taking small steps towards the life that's been sitting in the back of my mind. Getting outside more, creating more, daring to explore what's next, even if it feels uncomfortable. Because sometimes the hardest part isn't starting over, it's allowing yourself to finally move forward. So, I need to feel the change somehow, and I need some color. I need some more change inside my car. I need a winter blanket, and I'm done with the gray and the black. I have some store credit from Ross, so I'm gonna see if they have one. I also would like to get a pillow, but I don't want to spend money on a pillow because I have one. The problem is that I think it's too big, but I'm gonna try it anyway because I like the color, and then I'm gonna go get something to eat. So yes, I'm starting with small changes, little things that make my day feel a little bit more fun, like adding a pillow and a blanket. Now that I have a storage room, I can actually start doing more things. For example, I'm planning to get a little tent, and a friend offered to lend me hers since she never uses it, and I just can keep it in the storage room between trips. how big it is, but I don't think it's gonna work. Should I even try? I'm gonna try. We'll see. So I'm really looking forward for the cooler weather because I really like sleeping under the covers, like nice, warm and cozy. But this is coming from someone that lives in Southern California. So the winters here are very mild and pleasant. Oops. I didn't think it was going to work, but I think I like it. And this is comfy. I don't usually come to Sprouts because it's very expensive. But there's one thing that I really like here and I'm gonna go get it. So, cooking in my car. It has become super comfortable and easy. I figured out a really simple and practical way to do it without turning the car into a mess. But honestly, I would love to get an air fryer someday. But the thing is that I need a power station with around 1800 watts for that. I would also love to cook outside with like propane, but I really don't feel comfortable doing it in an urban setting like a park in the middle of the city. So for now, I think I will save that idea for when I start camping. I've been eating out of the bowl so I don't have to clean more stuff. It's been working fine. Alright, so I think I'm gonna be parking around I'm gonna be sleeping in this side street. I mean, it's more like an avenue. But during the night, there's very little traffic. So this is a good place to stay. So, time to go to bed and I'm gonna test my pillow and see how it works. Because I'm gonna be watching Person of Interest. I know it's an old show, but I never watched it, so I'm watching that. And I'm gonna let you know if this works or not. It's looking cozy, huh? Right, it's nice for, you know, chilling. Yeah. It's great to get cozy and watch something on my iPad, but I wanna talk to you guys before I go to sleep. So I'm gonna need more light. All right, so I cannot believe I'm finally here. I'm sitting here debt-free, and I wanna thank you guys for the support because you kept myself accountable, and I don't think that I would have been able to do this without having my YouTube channel. And it's going to be interesting because there's not going to be any more debt updates at the end of the videos, which is great. But I still would like to keep myself accountable when it comes to what's next. You know, the things that I'm going to have to do to create real change and, you know, make real progress. Because I know there are two things that I love doing. That's art, drawing and painting, and creating content. So I need to figure out a way to make those two things my main source of income. So I need to start being more intentional with my time and keep my goal very clear, because sometimes I get super confused and I let myself off the hook when it comes to certain things, because, you know, I have my target job and now I have my commissions coming in and I relax and I don't do the things that I should be doing. So we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And if you want to help my channel, you can buy some merch from my website. You can go to my Etsy shop. I do have some art prints over there, and I do some commission work. And you can also buy me a coffee if you feel like it. But the best thing you can do is like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I see you in the next one.